So now we've assembled our reactor. The next thing we want to do is we want to get rid of all the oxygen that might be present inside the vial. So what we're going to do is sparge and vacuum the headspace. So to do that, we have a gas sparging station here where we have an anaerobic gas connected to tubing. Through the rubber stopper, you insert the needle, the gas line, and then on the vacuum line, you insert on another side of the stopper. And so what's going on right now is the anaerobic gas is going into the reactor and it's being sucked out through the vacuum line. And what I usually do a couple times is close the gas line so it vacuums, open the gas line so then it fills and vacuums, and I do that a couple of times to make sure that the oxygen has been sucked out. And then when you're done, you pull the vacuum line out first, and you can let the inside of the reactor pressurize just like this, and then you pull the gas line out. Now, one thing to be careful about is that these reactors will build up pressure inside them, either during the sparging phase like we just did now, or during MEC operation where you're producing hydrogen gas inside these reactors. These vials are really tough, so they can withstand a lot of pressure, but just be careful when you're removing the top or inserting a needle that you might have pressure pushing out from the buildup of gases. So now that you've sparged and gotten rid of that oxygen, if you're doing pure culture work, you can now put these directly into an autoclave and do a standard sterilization cycle. Go ahead. Alright, so now we have our reactor out of the autoclave, so it's sterile, and we want to add our medium. So what you do, first of all, is you need to sterilize the top before inserting the needle. So what I do is I just take a Kim wipe or any kind of paper towel, and fold it up, and then with 70% ethanol I wet towards the tip. You want to make sure it's really moist. And then you take that wet tip and you just push and kind of rub the top there around the wires that are sticking out. And the next thing you want to do is then flame sterilize. So you want to burn that ethanol. So you just flame the surface. So now you have a nice, clean, sterile top. You want to repeat the same procedure with your medium. And so what I find is really handy is to make up my medium as sterile stocks. So in these serum bottles, I make up about 100 mils of my medium. I sparge it so it's anaerobic, and then I also autoclave it. So when I'm ready to feed, all I do is sterilize the top, again with the ethanol wipe. There we go. So now that's sterile. Take a 5 ml syringe, the needle, and again we've sterilized the top, so we should be good to go. Now you might feel a little bit of pressure because we added some pressure before sterilizing, but all I do is just let the plunger do what it wants to do naturally. And then when you're done, you pull it out. And so now we added 5 mil of medium to the reactor. And when you're ready to inoculate your cells or your wastewater or whatever you're going to use as your inoculum, you can do the same procedure that I just showed here. Now when you do medium replacement, you just go in the reverse direction. Sterilize the top, remove the medium using your 5 mil syringe, and then refill the empty vial with fresh medium. Now, what's good practice is in between these cycles, when you empty this, so when all the liquid's gone, is to then take it over to your gas station and sparge the headspace, basically sparge the whole reactor, because you want to get rid of any residual hydrogen from the previous cycle. So next we'll show you, after you've inoculated them, how to hook them up and operate them as an MEC.